What's up, ladies and genitalia? Cruiser Bruiser here, back at you with another video. Don't pull out in front of me. Stay in your lane. Stay right the fuck there. Good job, good job. But anyway, guys, heading out again to the school parking lot out here. Gonna let the wife, practice some more. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. Looks like there's been an accident up here. Wasn't me, I didn't do it. Let's go ahead and get over here. Oh God, my visor flew open. Uh-oh. A Jeep went off the road. Huh. I don't know what happened. But anyway, guys, like I said before, I was rudely interrupted by the guy who can't drive his Jeep. We're on our way to the high school, same place we went the other day, to where I was teaching the wife how to ride some. I might try to get a little bit of footage of her riding today. She doesn't really like being on camera while she's learning because, I mean, obviously, it makes her nervous, so I understand that. So I understand not wanting to be on camera, wanting to be learning where everybody can see you. So I get that. But I'll see if I can get a couple of little snippets today of her learning, riding around the parking lot, things like that. And hopefully very soon, she contacted the DMV today. It's been over 2 years since she's had her permit, so she has to redo her permit test, like the written computer test. So she's gonna have to redo that. So maybe Friday morning when we get off work. And then here shortly, I'll be on the Dyna and she'll be riding this thing, and we'll do some videos together. Go on some trips. Go on some adventures. So anyway, guys, yeah, we're gonna get down here to the school, let her ride some in a little bit, and I'll talk to you guys after. As soon as we get done, teaching her some things, I'll go on a little short cruise around the area and kind of, talk to you guys some more and let you know what's been going on over the past week. I had a video drop this past Monday. This one here should drop on Friday. I'm going to try to stay with the Monday and Friday schedule. I mean, that's kind of the way I wanted to keep it there. So, shifting gears. I put her on. She's been riding on rain mode, but rain mode is, the throttle response is a little jerky. I was doing some figure eights and stuff, just demonstrating and everything for her, and the throttle response with figure eights with rain mode is kind of jerky. So we put it in standard. She said standard still feels a little bit jerky, so we put it in sport mode. Obviously, once she's out on the road, she's not going to be riding in sport mode because you can get yourself into some trouble doing that. But practicing here is fine because she's not going too fast, so she's not going to sit there and rip it and do a wheelie. And traction control is really not needed when you're practicing in a parking lot unless it's wet out. But we'll see how she likes it with sport mode. Alright, what's up, ladies and genitalia? Back from a little learning session with the wife there. Had to cut it a little bit short because I gotta poop. Sheriff! Uh-oh, he's gonna pull Leah over. I don't think he's gonna come back and get her. We'll see. He turned his lights on, but I don't know what he was turning them on for. I know he's not pulling us over because we were only going like 60. And the speed limit was 55 where we were at. It didn't drop to 45 till we got around the corner. I know he ain't pulling me over. Huh. I guess not. Huh?
Go, he's after you.
How was he after me?
I was doing 60.
I was doing 60 too. I don't know how he's after me.
Then what the fuck's his problem?
I don't know what he's doing. I saw him turn around. Yeah, he turned his lights on, turned around, and I was only going 60 when I passed him. And the speed limit was dropping to 45. So as soon as I saw the speed limit go to 45, I started slowing down. He turned his lights on and was going the opposite direction, then turned around. If he was coming after me, why didn't he get behind me?
Because I was walking.
That's why I was like, I know he's not turning around to pull us over because we weren't speeding. Well, my wife said that it looked like he was trying to come after me, but she was behind me and pulled in a little closer to me. That way he couldn't scoot in behind me. Why am I having trouble shifting? I gotta adjust this shift lever. It's acting weird. I keep shifting and it keeps popping up like 2 lines instead of the gear that I'm going in. The shift lever is a little bit loose. I need to tighten that up. But yeah, guys, we did a little bit of riding out at the school today. Let her ride around and get, more comfortable with riding around the parking lot and all that good stuff. I know it's not the greatest video in the world today, but at least I got something. Ooh, animal. At least I got out and rode a little bit. We're gonna get to the house and she's gonna ride around the subdivision, neighborhood, whatever you want to call it. Get a little bit of practice in like that, because there are a lot of turns and a lot of curves and things like that, because it's basically, like I said, just a big circle neighborhood, like dead-end neighborhood. So she's gonna get there and practice some of that. But yeah, that cop, these Whitfield or Walker County sheriffs, man, those in Catoosa County and Whitfield County sheriffs aren't nearly as bad, but these guys here are they're dicks. Literally had one almost kill me once. I was actually pulling into my neighborhood and I got into the turning lane and I did not hear this sheriff coming up the road. He was behind me. I didn't hear him at all until he was right up on me and I finally heard his sirens. He was going at least 110, 115. I got over into the turning lane to pull into my neighborhood and he got into the turning lane to go around me, thinking that I was going to stay, I guess, in the left lane. And he wasn't paying any attention to what I was doing, because I had my one of the few times I actually used my blinker. I was actually using it. GSP apply now. Yeah, GSP is the worst of the worst. But yeah, I was pulling into my neighborhood and he went flying past me, and I swear, like, he almost knocked me off the bike. He was going so fast. Like, it literally, like, I felt the jolt and my whole bike just went poof, like, just shook. And I don't know what the hell was going on. Somebody must have been getting murdered or something, because there's no need for that. Like, it was insane. I'm like, dude, if he would have, like, if I would have gotten the turning lane a tad bit sooner with him coming up like that, then he would have just ran right into my rear end. He would have crushed me. I mean, I would have been nothing but a grease stain on the highway. But yeah, they're like that around here, man. They don't give a shit. Actually, in this exact area right here, we had a GSP come by, and they have the new Challengers for the GSP around here. And he was coming up at about 120-ish. We were in the Mustang about right in here, and he blew past us, and the whole fucking Mustang shook. And that dude didn't even have sirens on. Well, what's up, ladies and genitalia? Cruiser Bruiser here. Went by the house after riding the Rebel around. Teaching the wife to ride and everything, and figured I'd get the Dyna out for a little bit. I hadn't ridden it in a while. It's definitely needing a bath. The mirrors are hazy as shit. I can barely see out of them. Everything's just covered in like a haze of grease. Mainly because I have a blacktop that I cook with, like, right outside the garage, and a lot of times all the grease in the air from cooking, like smash burgers and stuff, tends to waft its way into the garage. So yeah, this motorcycle's covered in hamburger grease right now. So the backs of the mirrors or actually, I guess that would be the fronts of the mirrors, are covered in bugs. The fairing is covered in bugs. It's been a long fucking time since I've watched this thing. The tank down here is covered in bugs. So yeah, it looks like this coming weekend is going to be motorcycle detailing weekend. Get this thing shining up like new again. The fairing is probably going to be coming off just because it's the plastic, the windshield part is cracked down at the connectors. Mainly because Crater, it's like a cheap, like $100 fairing from Amazon. It's not bad. I mean, I've had it for like a year now, maybe a little bit longer. It's had a few thousand miles put on it, and it's still in working condition. But the mounting hardware, it comes with like these little tiny rubber grommets, like rubber washers basically. and they're not very strong. They're not very thick. It ate through them pretty quickly, and the mounting holes in the windshield are cracked. And I don't want it to come flying off and hit me in the face while I'm, you know, doing 95, 100 miles an hour down the interstate. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get rid of the windshield, go back to the way I used to have it set up, just with the 8-inch risers and tracker bars. I like the way it feels. It's comfortable, easily able to handle it. I was thinking about doing the 8-inch risers, the kickbacks, to pull the handlebars a little closer to me, but I don't know. I might just stay with what I have now. It's nice. I have Viking bags on them. I don't know if you can really see them or not, but I mean, I'll show you when I get off the bike. But it's got Viking bags. They're nice. I mean, they're good for carrying shit. They just don't look right on this bike. I really want the Leather Bros or Leatherman, whatever they are. Those are like, they look a lot nicer on Dynas. It's like the Dyna Bro style bags, but yeah, I'll probably take the Viking bags off and sell them. So if you want any Viking bags, they're made for pretty much any bike. They're not a motorcycle specific bag. You'll just have to either re-drill the holes that I have drilled, because you have to drill holes to mount them, which, I mean, as long as you angle it right, I mean, you shouldn't have to even re-drill holes, especially if you ride a Harley. Any other bikes, like metric bikes or anything, you may have to adjust a little bit, but if it's a Dyna, it'll fit. But yeah, so if you want any bags, just let me know. I can sell them to you, give you a good price. I think they were originally like 400, 450-ish, something like that. I ended up getting them on sale through like a Memorial Day sale or something like that for like right around 400, I think it was. But I mean, I'll let them go for 250, 300 bucks, because I mean, they're still in amazing shape. But yeah, they're nice though. They hold things well. I just don't like the way they look. So yeah, the next time you see this bike on the channel, it's probably not going to have the fairing anymore, and probably the bags aren't going to be on it anymore. So it's just going to be back down to a bare, minimalistic motorcycle. I was talking to my wife the other day, debating on whether or not, you know, because I love the Rebel. That bike's fucking fun. I was debating on whether or not I wanted to sell this and buy another Rebel, because I could sell this, buy a Rebel, and still have money left over. Because, I mean, I could sell this thing for, at this time, with it being a 2013, there's not many miles. I mean, it's got like, I think like 12,000 miles on it. It doesn't have that many. The main reason it has so few is because I had two bikes for the longest time, and I mean, I still do. So obviously my miles were getting split up between two different motorcycles. The Sportster got the majority of them. This one got a pretty good bit too, though. I mean, I took this one to West Virginia, to the Mothman Museum. Took it there and back over a weekend. That stop sign snuck up on me. I wasn't prepared for it. But yeah, I mean, I took this thing to West Virginia for a weekend trip. That was about a 1,200 mile, 1,300 mileage, something like that weekend trip. And but yeah, I mean, with the year, it's 2013. It's only the 96. It's not the 103, I believe it was, the next year they came out with. And that's what Bobber Fett has. He has the 103, the 2014 Street Bob. But yeah, I mean, with it being Hard Candy Custom, it's the Metal Flake Hard Candy Custom paint job. I mean, they made a few of them, obviously, because more people have them, but they're more rare than the basic colors of your Dyna, like your black, your red, your white, whatever. But yeah, it's more of a rare color to find, being the Hard Candy Custom, because I mean, I don't really see that many of them. I mean, I see them, but they're not rare by any means, but they're rarer than the basic, you know, basic model colors. But yeah, I mean, with the other listings that I've seen 2013 Street Bobs for sale on Marketplace in like base colors like white. I've seen the cool, there's one that's purple that looks freaking amazing. I love that purple one. But I mean, I've seen them for sale on Marketplace for about $10,000, $11,000. And that's just the base colors. That's not the Hard Candy Custom. So with it being Hard Candy Custom, lower miles, I could easily get, I'd say around 12,000. If I sold it in California, I'd probably get about 15,000. But I mean, hey, road trip to California, ride it out there, sell it, and, you know, buy a cheap motorcycle and ride it back. pull off a shade tree surgeon trip there. Go across the country, buy a $1,000 motorcycle and ride it all the way back home to Georgia. I mean, I wouldn't argue with that. I'd do it. But yeah, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about maybe selling it and getting a Rebel. But then again, yeah, I don't know, man. I love this bike. It's a fun bike. I always told myself years ago that I would never sell the Sportster, because at the time, you know, I mean, I was able to ride it all the time. I mean, I was riding it every day. It didn't bother me as much. But it just got to the point to where, you know, as I said in my previous video about the Sportster, that curve sneaks up on you. But it got to the point to where it was not very comfortable for me. It just wasn't doing it for me anymore. I loved the bike. I love the style of it. It was a fun bike. It just wasn't doing it for me anymore. But this one here, I mean, it's a lot more comfortable, so it's obviously, my back doesn't hurt nearly as bad after riding this thing. Now my hands, for one, that's a different story. Because these grips suck. They're like hard. They're like the Avon Coke bottle grips, I think they are. They're like a hard plastic, so they're not very comfortable. But I have a set of grips in my Revzilla cart that I'm probably going to get for it. Probably going to get the Kung Fu grips, sort of like I had on the Sportster, because they're much softer, much squishier, much more comfortable. They don't vibrate as much. I mean, obviously they still vibrate the same, but you just don't feel it as much. But yeah, guys, I figured I'd get out today and do a little cruise on the Dyna and let everybody, all my fans of that follow my channel that are fans of the Dyna. I know most of you are used to the Sportster, but unfortunately, that's not a thing anymore. So yeah, I mean, I figured I'd get out, do a little bit of footage on the Dyna, that way I don't neglect it for my videos, and talk to you guys, and yeah, it's basically just shoot the shit, get back to the house, get something to eat, and of course, as always, go back to work. That's one thing about this bike, is I have to be at least 65-ish, almost 70, before I really need 6th gear. The Rebel, hell, I'm 45 miles per hour and I'm in 6th gear already, just cruising along. This bike doesn't like that. If I'm cruising at 45 in 6th gear, this bike is lugging. Like I might be going like 900 RPMs. Like right now, I'm going 65 and I'm at 2,400 RPMs right now, which is right around the sweet spot for cruising. But yeah, I need to take this thing, get it cleaned up some, get all this grease off of it. It definitely needs a bath. I don't remember the last time I've washed this thing. Honestly, I don't. I'm the world's worst when it comes to washing motorcycles, because I just don't like doing it. I'll let it get so bad that it ends up being an all-day chore just to fucking clean it. And that seems to be what's going to happen this time. But yeah, anyway, I think I'm going to head out of here. It's starting to get a little dark out. I got to get home, and it's 8:30. Hey look, that's me and my wife. We're covered in blood from the Guar show. Blood and alien semen. So if you can't tell, I love Guar. It's one of my favorite bands. We're actually going next Thursday to see Necrogoblicon, which they played with Guar on their last 2 tours. So we're going to go see Necrogoblicon. We just went this past weekend to see Gojira and Mastodon, which I've seen Mastodon countless times. Gojira, this is the 2nd time I've seen them. First time was with the Deftones last year, around this exact time last year. That was a good show, but Mastodon, or Gojira, only played for like maybe 40 minutes, something like that, because they were opening for Deftones. This tour, Gojira and Mastodon were co-headlining, so they played for like an hour, 15, hour and a half, and oh man, it was fucking awesome. It was a great show. I would add some footage from it in the video, but yeah, you know how copyright strikes and all that stuff goes, so I can't really do that. But just take my word for it. You can check out my my Instagram at Cruiser Bruiser, and you can actually see the videos from the show there, because you don't get demonetized, or not really demonetized, but copyright strikes on Instagram, or at least I haven't. But I can't really be demonetized on YouTube yet because they changed their rules since the last time I motovlogged, and now you have to have 1,000 subscribers and over so many watch hours and everything to be able to be monetized. So they demonetized me once they changed those rules, which you think you could be grandfathered into that, considering I was already monetized before, but I guess not. But as of now, as far as I know, I think I have 622 subscribers, something like that. So I need about 300 and, what would that be, 388? Or 378? However much they did. I don't know. I can't fucking add. I guess that's 378. But yeah. Close to 400 subscribers. Let's say that. So yeah, anybody who's subscribed to me, still subscribed or recently subscribed to me, I definitely appreciate it. And I'm going to get out of here. Like I said, I'm going to go home, get something to eat, get ready for work. And don't forget to tell your friends, your family, all those good people. And as always, have a nice day.